This is DJ Kambooster. You're locked into Reggae Stone Radio. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The big interview with Kambooster and Keep Cool right here. Make sure you keep it locked. Shout out to everyone who's logging in on Facebook right now. Facebook, cool, pick up on the cell phone. You're all in for a treat tonight. The voice of Kiko. Who cares? That's the name of this one. When we care, you know that, Kiko. And we care if you share the light. Big up yourself. Sean, Jason, Grace, Patricia. The entire Facebook, massive. Big up yourself. The only thing you're trying to do is making things tougher. The only thing you're trying to do now is make you want suffer. So listen, who cares? Who cares? And by your side is me right belong. Do you listen? I'm missing you. I'm missing you. Yeah, yeah. You're in for a treat tonight. Don, pick up yourself, you know. And by your side is me right below. I'm missing you. After you made my day, Lorenzo, pick up yourself. Seems like my life begins to ruin. Now that you departed pretty soon. Listen to return DJ Grace. Sad to know that you're leaving. Even though it's kind of grieving. Sad to know that you're leaving. I know that you'll return soon. You can send me a postcard. Nearly to do, say I'm sad to know that you're leaving. That's the name of this one. You know what loneliness brings. What more can I say? Sad to know that you're leaving. Even though it's kind of grieving. Sad to know that you're leaving. Just like your heart and calling. Casey, pick up yourself. Welcome. Everybody's laughing on Facebook. Everybody's looking forward to this interview, right? Shout out to everyone who's laughing on the radio. Lisa, pick up yourself, you know. The entire Luton in the UK. Pick up on yourself, right? Hurts to know you're going away. Seems
Seems like my life begins to ruin. Now that you departed pretty soon.
Christine, be welcome.
But what more can I say? Sad to know that you're leaving. Even though it's kind of grieving. Sad to know that you're leaving. I know that you'll return soon. You can sing the old song. Nearly to do so young.
Andrew, pick up yourself. Welcome.
You know what loneliness brings. But I'm taking out that coming. What more can I say? Sad to know that you're leaving. Even though it's kind of grieving. Sad to know that you're leaving. I know that you'll return.
And Rowan, big up. Big interview is on its way. Making way for Keith Cole. Make sure you grab your drink because you don't want to miss this one. Alright, so big up everybody who's locked in right now on Facebook, on Kambooster, 7 Figures page, fan page. Big up on yourself. Everyone who's locked in on Reggae Storm or Radio, you're locked in to a treat tonight. Kambooster will interview reggae international artist Keith Cole, and you don't want to miss it. Alright, so sit back or lay down, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you're locked in. You don't move the dial. Right, Natty Rider. All at once. Mommy, pick up yourself. Just listening to some songs from Keith Cole before we make our way to invite him on the platform. This is gonna be big. Better don't pick up yourself. Listening on the radio right now. That's my cousin right there.
Generally, she don't size up. Do not back the one the Kambooster. Do not back the one.
Right from the top. Keep going up yourself. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Natalie Gale.
But we will survive in this world of competition. 'Cause no matter what they do, we have to keep on coming true. And no matter what they say,
No matter what they say,
we be there every day.
Thank you, Faith. Make sure you share the live. Don't keep all of this to yourself, alright? Alright, Steven. Blessings every time, Faith. Faith says she loves the vibe. Thank you so much. Scorpio, big up yourself. Malcolm, Angela, say shot. Blessings every time. The more I listen to keep those songs, the harder it is to pick. Which one is my favorite song? Oh, what am my favorite right now? Juliet, pick up yourself. That's your favorite one? So get to that one. Hope time. Pick up yourself and the entire Canadian crew. Anytime.
Sometimes it's a shout. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. See you wake up in the morning, feeling so sad.
Everybody needs love, right?
I know what your trouble is, baby. You need someone like me by your side to hold you tight, squeeze you right in the middle of the night. For you, I'm crying. Sometimes feel to shout. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love.
Get the instrument that one.
Say you wanna be loved.
It's gonna be a good night.
How long I've been wanting to hold you tight, squeeze you right in the middle of the night. For you, I'm crying out. Sometimes feel the shadow. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Hold you tight, squeeze you right in the middle of the night. Feel I'm crying out. Sometimes feel to show.
Everybody needs
Love. Everybody needs love.
Oh, you know, man. Oh, yeah, I mean,
Everybody needs love. You wake up in the morning, feeling so sad.
Share the night. Thank you.
You used to dress in style like a nice lady do. You used to look so fine.
And you're welcome.
Oh, with you, I really like to talk to you. Lord mercy, Lord upon me.
Blessings every time.
That's my scary.
Beautiful voice, beautiful instruments. I love the entire album. Keep going to the world.
Look at you. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help.
Run things with yourself. Can't help falling in love. Russ O'Neilly, welcome.
Something I'm meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too. 'Cause I can't help falling in love with you.
Love this song.
This is Chucky Banton, all the way from London, England. And I do like this, the Kambooster. That's the vibes there, you know? Up and far.
One more time. Keep going. Rock with me album. Can't help falling in love. Blessings, 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 eyesight. Blessings for everyone who's locked in right now on Rainy Storm Radio. DJ Kambooster is on. It's going to be a great interview tonight. Kambooster meets Nicole.
Something I'm meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too. 'Cause I can't help falling in love with you.
gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a great night. It's gonna be a great interview. Make sure you hit the share button. Shine for taking up yourself. The voice of Keith Cole. Where have you been so long? It's the name of this song. Where have you been? Rise and pick up yourself. Everybody who's locked in from New Zealand right now, pick up yourself. DJ Big Pretty, pick up yourself. Making way to invite people on. Making way to invite on Reggae Star Radio for the very first time. Keep going. This is how we do it every Tuesday, right here on Reggae Star Radio. Interview Tuesday. It feels good. So much in store for you. Make sure you keep it locked. Share the link. Share the light. Make it way for keep going. Let me let you hear it now. Keep going to the world. You got that right there. Umar, big up yourself. Welcome. I think Ryzan is listening on the radio. Look at yourself, Ryzan. Making a way. In less than a minute. For the first time on Reggae Storm Radio. A Reggae International artist, Keith Gold, will be on. Live. I'm in, big up yourself.
What up, y'all? This is Keith Cole. I represent the DJ Kambooster. Are you up so nice? When you listen to Kambooster, you are guaranteed to be entertained. Maximum respect to DJ Kambooster. You got it going on, girl. Run your show. How does it feel, DJ Kambooster?
It feels good. Keep going. We'll be coming on in the next 30 seconds. Papa Rita, big up yourself. Shout out to everyone who's locked in right now. Whether you're on Facebook, on Kambooster 7-figure page, or if you're locked into Reggae Storm Radio, big up yourself. We make way right now to invite on the line for the very first time the Reggae Storm International Reggae artist, the one and only Kiko. Rise and big up yourself. Welcome. Perfect timing. Kiko, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Good evening, DJ Kambooster. Thank you so much for having me on your platform.
Thank you for the opportunity to come on this platform this evening. It is my greatest pleasure to have you on.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Okay. Now, everybody who is on Facebook, I just want to make sure that you're hearing clearly because I do not want you to miss anything. This is going to be a great interview with Keith Cole. And if you're locked in to Reggae Storm Radio, please do not change the dial because we're in for a treat tonight. Rise and big up yourself, the entire New Zealand massive, everybody who's locked in right now. You're at the right place at the right time because Keith Cole is on. How are you doing, Keith? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, how are you doing this evening? This beautiful
I am
Tuesday
doing
evening.
very, very well. I'm doing well. I'm doing great. I'm so happy that everyone tuned in. Big up my queen, my manager, right there in New Zealand. I want to big up Patricia Pendergrass, KC crew. You don't know she has family. Big up everyone in the live and I can't really see now, shoot me up on the phone. But big up everybody on the live and give thanks for coming in and tuning in tonight. Because you know tonight is well aired.
Yes. Thank you so much. So you heard her big up the shout outs. Keep going to give up everybody who is locked in right now. Whether you're on Facebook watching or you are listening on the radio, just give up on yourself and keep it locked right here. Now, Keith Cole, talk to us. Talk to us about your early years. I know you're here in the United States right now, but where were you born? Tell us how this started, your early years, please.
Born in the Liverpool, Jubilee Hospital, and I left Patrick City and come to New York. Used to live in Brooklyn first, but I'm in Vancouver, Long Island now. For the past 30-something years. So, but my original,
Go ahead, we're hearing
you. Yeah, and then I left Jamaica when I was 17, going on 18. And when I came to New York, before I left Jamaica, I did 2 songs.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
One was called Musical Shall Live. The other one is called Musical Attack. Musical Attack, Gregory Isaac is singing in the background with this song. That was really before Gregory get big. I'm a bridge on the article that for years. It's starring Tutti. And those 2 songs did very, very well on RGR and JBC. And then after that, I came to New York. I did a song called Where Have You Been So Long? I went back to Jamaica and do it in Chinranda Studio, which is of course VP Family. Okay. And the heptones harmonize on that song. I think I heard you play it earlier.
Oh yes, I think I did, Keith. But we don't want to rush. We want everybody to know exactly where the journey is coming from. Alright, so you left Jamaica when you were like 17 years, but before you left, you did songs. You were in the music. So I just wanted to know that. and for the listeners to understand that before you left, you got the opportunity to do a song with Gregory Isaacs.
Yes, the song was named Musical Attack.
Musical Attack.
Yeah, and of course that was original. But you know, yes. I used to DJ before I started singing. The first 2 songs I made, I wasn't singing at that time. I was chatting DJ, you know.
Yes.
Go dance like King James and then Big Song, UI Song, and you know, then give me a little sing off of the mic. And then that singing, I just chat. Everybody used to have a certain style of chatting. Man like Dennis Capone, you know, Brigadier Jill, them kind of man there, you know. And so I did those 2, those was DJ. And then the first song I ever did is Where Have You Been So Long, as far as singing.
Where Have You Been So Long? That was the first song that you did? Yeah,
and that's of course original also.
Okay, and that was the first original song. Was that one of the Heptones in the background?
The Heptones, yes.
The Heptones. Alright, so the first song that Keith Cole actually did, Where Have You Been So Long? If you just joined us on Facebook or on Reggae Storm Radio, we are talking to international reggae artist Keith Cole. And I just want to play that song so that you can know the first song that Keith Cole did. And you can say you heard it right here on Reggae Storm Radio. Alright? Heptones is in the background of this one, the first song that Keith Cole ever did. Classic. This song is a classic Keith Cole. Thank you so much for letting our listeners know that was actually the first song. So what motivated you to just do this special song, Keith?
Come again?
What motivated you? What inspired you to do this particular song? Being it is the first song that
you know, when this song come up, really, I had some producers that was in New York, and I, of course, then playing the plane field, and we went to Jamaica because I said I wanted some reggae tune with me. Yeah. And of course, I used to hang out at Chin Randy's record, and Heptones was in the studio.
Yes.
And you know, the same day that tune they make, voice, master, everything in one day.
Everything on the same day.
Everything. Yeah, we sit in the studio and we work out the tune.
Yes.
And we do it, and by the time it dark up evening, tune ready, mix, master, everything. And we kept packing back to New York. And of course, the Kambooster people, they distribute that record and they produce it. Mm-hmm. That work. Then they don't get, you know, it's $100 to get for that tune in.
Wow.
Yeah. Me sell it out because you remember say, me just come America and $100 in time they have big money.
Yes.
And then say, well, you know, you'll get no more after this. And I was so glad to have $100 in my pocket. So I sold that tune.
Wow.
And you know, eventually they sold it to Atlantic Records.
Yes.
So I don't have no money. The money when we collect for that tune that is from CD Baby.
Yeah.
Because I redid it. I mean, I re-established it because it's actually my song.
Right.
And you know, people that are not around anymore. So I have to laugh at that song. Like, you know.
You deserve it.
Yeah, that's my tune. You know, that's original.
Original song, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Love it. Now, Musical Attack. Want to get to that one. Gregory.
Musical Attack. Alright. Musical Attack was produced by Ricky Edwards. And those days they had a label called Success Records.
Yes.
I was in the Chimrandy studio, and Gregory came in the day. Gregory was also singing for Ricky at that time. And Gregory was in the drum room, and my band on the drum and thing, and Gregory started said, walla 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 walla. And if anybody would know Gregory, because he have a tune when sing walla walla, is that word he use all the time. And Rupert would say, yeah man, that song good Gregory. I say, may just build up the lyrics, because them time they hot, you know, red hot when it comes to lyrics. May just speak out the lyrics themselves. Yes. I did the musical attack, and Gregory singing in that song. If you hear that song right now, it don't sound like Gregory's voice. Because them time that Gregory was about, what, 19? That Gregory is a few years, well, unless about 3 years so. But then time that all of that you, and that song, Musical Attack, I'm very happy and very proud to say that it's the late Gregory Isaac, my friend, Bridget. He's singing on the background in this song. Wow. And me and me a chat.
Yeah, Tom. All right, well, we have to hear that song, definitely. A song of Keith Hall and Gregory Isaac. Long time ago they did this song. Before, like, Gregory was around 19 years old, as you said, and you were less than that, I guess. All right, so we're going to hear it. Musical Attack. First time on Reggae Storm Radio.
Yeah, this is my musical attack. To hit you up alive. You are like to see legends. You are best to hear legends.
I love it. First time here on Reggae Storm Radio, dropping that Gregory Isaac and Keith Hall song. Alright? That was the only collab that you did with him, right?
Yes. Now the next song, which I did like a couple of days after, it's called Music Alone Shall Live. There's a big tune one time. They had 3 versions. I was the only DJ in that version. So there's now people and singing it. And I chatting again to us. And you know that, of course, when I write down lyrics, you know, the time that, like I said, the lyrics just fly out of my mouth from the ear really. The time that I was DJ.
Yes.
Hosting. So this one, it's called Music Alone Shall Live. Never shall die.
No one shall live. He calls it in time being hot. You're still hot. What do you mean them time being hot? You're still hot.
Yeah, but we are saying no, I'm not DJ.
Not DJ anymore, understood.
Well, remember one tune though, you know, later on we'll get into a tune named Rock Your Body.
Yes.
Which is Sister Grace tune. I did that tune and I call it Rock Your Body because you know Grace always saying Rock Your Body.
Rock Your Body.
She owned that one, Rock Your Body.
Big up yourself, DJ Grace. Make sure you keep it locked right here because I'm going to drop the tune that Keith Cole did for DJ Grace because you know she always saying Rock Your Body. So we're definitely going to play that one later on in the interview. Alright, well,
Who tune with the on the album started with rock, you know. The type of track, of course, is called Rock With Me. So yeah, Rock With Me and Rock Your Body.
Yes.
And DJ Grace would stamp on.
Yes, absolutely. That is very, very nice. Alright, and so we'll be hearing that later on in the interview. This is very interesting. Alright, well now I'm going to play the song Music Alone. Alright, that was one of your earlier songs. Alright.
Yeah.
Here I play you a third version of Music Alone Shall Live. So get to the track, my musical attack. Wow! Don't come to the back of the room, love that here. All things shall
known Keith Cole. Keith, not so often we get the opportunity to talk to artists who have like first-hand contact with people like Jacob Miller, Bob Marley, Gregory Isaacs. This doesn't happen often. So I'm so humble right now to be talking to you. What was it like being around such legends back then?
Them man, for real. Especially because Karaman name, we still have a Maxwell Avenue name, Jacob Miller.
Yes.
Article that too. You know, Bob Marley, I think I said Bob Marley 1 or 2 times in my hood.
Yes.
And at the same studio. Because when Bob Marley mashed up Jamaica, I was in America at the time. And you know, once was at the Apollo, and I was working, and I couldn't get the day off, I didn't get to go see him. But my one of them that I never really was around too much, I see him, because he used to be with Upset at the Lee Perry, the guy that died, that they used to have a album named The Good, the Bad, and the Upsetters. And then time that I used to see him, but the man didn't talk to me, because me and boy, that kind of man, a bigger man.
Yes.
But he couldn't nail on me, same kind of age, breaking that great rise and I mean, article. You know, yeah, man. Great at that.
Yes. Great. Nice to know, Kiko. Now, did you have any other family members who was in the music business or the music industry, Keith?
Yes, absolutely. And then you asked me that question because my cousin, his name was Norris Ware. He used to be the leader for the Jamaicans. You know, you have Martin, which Betty was telling me that Martin died last week. And then you have Tommy Cohen, that's married to Colin Davis.
Yes.
Now, Michael Norris Ware, he wrote songs like Things You Say You Love, You're Gonna Lose, Baba Boom Boom Festival song.
Yes.
He was living in Florida. He died about 2 years ago. And I have to thank him because it's nourished why I came. Because that kind of nourished big, you know, the Jamaicans was huge that time.
Yes.
And I wanted to do that too. And so I can probably say Norris Ware from the Jamaican is my first cousin.
Yes. Is also in the family. Wonderful. Wonderful. And what about musical instruments? Do you play anything? Guitar,
No.
piano?
No, just sing. I used to like food under the drum, but you know, you can't sing at the same time. And you know, I used to like the bass also, but I gave it up because you see, when somebody played bass,
yes,
like this guy Parks from Dennis Brown Band, you have to give them credit because you play against yourself. So I would say that I am not a musician. My instrument is my mouth. I can't play nothing.
Okay, your instrument is your mouth. Well, good instrument, because you're definitely delivering some great songs, I must say. All right, are you currently signed to any label, or are you independent, Keith?
I am independent. I have this Lovebird Records is my label from the early 80s. I'm really not signed, but eventually, hopefully, somebody will hear the tune, and then we can start spending money. Because you know, when you depend on your own, you have to spend the money for everything.
Right.
I'm not into a record label as yet. I'm only have my own label, which I do my thing, you know. And a lot of artists do that in the beginning, you know. And then eventually somebody pick me up. Well, hopefully somebody will, one of them big label will sign me up. And then the pressure will ease up on me now, so I don't have to spend money no more to produce.
Right.
Because the album costs money.
It does.
Music money, studio time.
Right.
But no, I'm not signed to any label right now, except for my own Lovebird Records.
Yes. So if Keith Cole wasn't doing music, what do you think you would have been doing? What is it that you love outside of music? As people like to know that, you know. We don't just want to know you as, you know, the artist, but what else do you love to do, Keith?
Well, all my life, you know, I've been in the nursing field. I used to work in the operating room. I'm a nurse.
Okay. Never knew that.
Yeah, I'm retired now. I work like 30-something years, 33 years. Work in the OR, work on the floor, ICU, intensive care, cardiac care unit. And then I am kind of glad that I retired now because, to be honest with you, if I didn't, you know, through the COVID, I probably would have leave the field. Everybody's afraid of COVID, but then I am free to work in that right now. That is not me. Yeah. Even though I get my 4 shot, you know, I get the first 2 and I got my 2 booster. You know, my daddy, I would say, I can't be too careful. So it worked out fine for me because when I was in the hospital working, it's a little bit forward and COVID, when I retired, the COVID came in. And COVID had my friend. COVID slowed down the thing, you know, with our shows what we're supposed to do and make money.
Yes.
Everything just started opening up back.
Yes.
Hopefully I'm going to do some concerts this year again. The long to see the fans then past stage, man, and people are screaming.
Yes.
You know.
Talking about fans with COVID. Tell us all the countries, some of the places that you have performed.
I performed in a place called Amsterdam in Holland.
Amsterdam, yes.
Yeah. And I performed in Sweden before too. But from that, I'm going to 2 places. I never go to England yet. I've never been to England.
Never go to UK, okay.
I would love to go to England because I have a lot of fans in England.
Yes.
People, you know, DJ Grace, I'm a fan in England, you know. I like a little bit, you name it. Quality mostly, enough people, enough fans now in England. But hopefully someday I will go.
Absolutely.
And then never forward in New Zealand, you know, because I set up some things in the down there.
Of course.
Shit. They have family in the business, in the reggae business.
Yes.
And I want to big up our family then and big up Sister Eve. You know, them all listen and I have to big them up.
Yes.
And, you know, so hopefully Rise Anderson bring me to New Zealand. Because she said she will make sure so I get good money when I come, when I forward.
Yes, Rise is a woman to her word, so definitely I see you going to New Zealand, Keith. Very soon. Yes.
I perform in New Zealand this year.
This year, of course.
Yeah.
Big up everyone who's locked in from New Zealand right now, listening to Reggae Storm Radio. We're talking to international reggae artist Keith Cole. Now, Keith, you say you've never been to the UK. You have so many fans in the UK, so I can't wait for you to get.
Hopefully, on that forward in the UK, because I never had the experience of going to England. I know so much about England because, you know, Love is Rock. I'm sure you know this. You know, Love is Rock started in England. England starts in the Love is Rock first, and then it comes to Jamaica.
Okay, yes.
Now reggae big in England too.
It is, of course, very, very big in England. All right, that's what I do. Everybody who is locked in right now, everybody who is locked in on Facebook, Viva Lena, the whole crew, Facebook massive, gonna big up on themselves. They're talking to Keith Cole.
Yeah, man, I can't see them, but sure,
yes, because he's on the phone, he can't see you, but they're blessing you up, Keith Cole. They're blessing you up.
Yes, give thanks.
All right, so right now you are promoting your album, and I get to understand, Keith, because I thought you had like more albums. This is actually your debut album.
Yes, definitely. Actually, I have enough album I will have a whole heap of singles, but true, I can do it myself, you know. Find I'll put one, you know.
Yes.
For my birthday, because my Earth Strong is July 30. Maybe on July 2, but I'm a lion, I'm a Leo.
And I can say, as long as it's July, I'm good. I'm good with
it. July, yeah. When I celebrate July, my your birthday, I
celebrate Papa Vito is also July. His birthday is in a couple days.
Big up Papa Vito, big up.
Yes.
Bertrand Virgin.
Absolutely. I have to have something for him. Absolutely. All right. Now, you mentioned earlier, Keith, that one of the songs that you have on the album, Rock With Me album, and I am so fortunate to have, purchased my copy of it. So I have a piece of this album, masterpiece.
Thank you, because you're one of the first that purchased that album, Give thanks and praises, man. Respect for that, and sister. And I respect God for that.
It is definitely my pleasure. When I heard one of the songs on it, I'm like, I have to get it. I want to have my own piece of it. I want to have my own piece of history. So when I have to tell my grandkids later on about your album, I can say, I have a piece for myself, a piece of that album for myself. Good job. You put in the work. And what I love about it, the versatility on the album. And there's something on the Rock With Me album for everybody. So everybody, yes. And that's what I love about it, Keith.
Yeah, something different,
Yes, something different for everybody.
Yeah.
And that is wonderful. You mentioned the Rock Your Body song. You said you made it for DJ Grace. Now I'm gonna drop it right here. So you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it. Everybody's gonna hear it right now on Radio Star Radio. Which song is a rock?
Big up DJ Grace. I don't know if she's in the chat room, but DJ Grace, I hear on this. You know when me in the studio,
yes.
I'm gonna try to put a name for that tune, and it come to me, DJ Grace always say, come on, rock your body.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
For real.
So she inspired you me doing this.
Yeah, I thought it's rock your body. So when I send it up there, I'm sure I said, you're on this DJ Grace.
Yes.
And she was very, and I make sure every time I left on our show,
Yes.
and type it in the chat room and say, this song was made for DJ Grace. And it's different, it kind of an upbeat, like a dancehall rhythm.
Right, it does. That's what I notice about it, and it's also one of my favorites. The more I listen to the album, it's harder for me to see which song is my favorite. Because that's it. Sometimes you hear one song and you say, yes, this song is mine. But you have to listen to the other songs so that you can know. So all of them are my favorite right now, Keith. I just want to say good job. You put in the work on this one. So let me just drop it right now for the first time on radio.
A woman like you, it mean a lot to I and I, for real. Mean a lot to me coming from Kambooster, DJ Kambooster. Trust me, I respect that.
My pleasure, Keith. Rock your body. Goes like this.
Nobody people rock with this one now. Don't
you? Rock your body. DJ Grace. One more time from the top. Blessings to everyone who's locked in right now to Reggae Storm Radio. DJ Kambooster is on. Talking to Keith Cole. It's a musical vibe. Listen to this. Patricia, love you too. Rock your body. DJ Grace, put up yourself. You have to rock your body when you hear this one. King Tub, pick up yourself. Everyone who's locked in on Kambooster, some of you guys straight on Facebook, pick up on yourself. Rock your body. Big song. Rock your body. Big song. Keith Cole. You did it again. Another big one on the album. Can't wait. I think you mentioned that prior that you're going to be working on something else, an EP or something coming up.
Yeah, definitely. I might put out a few singles first, but for me, if I would do an EP with at least 6 tunes on it.
I can't wait.
You know,
just imagine
a tune. I'm never do it. You know, by the way, I have to do that up. She asked me to do the Falling in Love, the Elvis song.
Yes.
And it took me months, but I did it. And there's a song that she asked me to do more than a year now.
Yes.
And that's the first tune that we're going to go back in the studio.
Yes.
I think doing.
Absolutely.
A big up itself, my queen.
All right. Definitely. We can't wait to hear what's next. You understand? And touring, I can't wait for you to, get back because of the COVID and everything, and we all understand that kind of kept you back a little in terms of, performing and stuff. But don't worry about that, because that phase shall pass. All right. Everett, pick up yourself. Everybody was locked in right now to Facebook Kambooster Several Figures page. Just want to say lessons every time. If you just came in, never too late for us to shower in. We're still talking to Keith Cole right now, and we have a lot more to learn from him. Because we're learning about some things that I never know. And I'm sure a lot of the listeners did not know. Alright, so make sure you keep it locked. I'm gonna drop another tune from your album, Keith Cole. I noticed that two of the songs on the album, the names is quite similar. The Honeybee Fantasy and the Honeybee Remix. I just want to drop them and then we can, talk about that. Alright?
Alright, cool.
This one is the Honeybee Fantasy.
Yeah. Rise and sing ya, Punda Wana.
Now this is the remix, Honeybee Remix.
Like honey, dripping
Honeybee remix, Honeybee Fantasy. Talk to us about that, Keith.
Yeah, man, of course, original. You know, Keith could go over cover button. I do my tune and too, you know, right tune too. This funny beat lyrics. A lot of the ladies always say, oh my God, this tune is a very romantic tune. But of course, in the Rastaman say, it's Rastamantic.
Yes, yes.
But, you know, if you listen to the lyrics and those songs, you know, them tune there, some turn on baby making tune and tune, you know.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I love it. Honeybee Fantasy, Honeybee remix. So these two songs, they're covers, right?
No, these are mine.
These are original songs.
Yeah, man, I wrote those.
Okay, wonderful.
That's why I said the lyrics then, it say you can be my honeybee, take all the love that you can squeeze out of me.
Yes.
Love like honey dripping from the hives. The sweetest lips too tender for me to describe. And if I'm dreaming, don't wake me up, just let me sleep. Then there are my lyrics, then, you know, then there are lyrics where I said to a lady.
Yes,
you know?
yes. Wonderful.
You know, when I was singing the remix,
yes.
There's two sisters in Glencoe, and they did the harmony on the remix, two different set of ladies. And I hear them whisper in their room. They say, the Rasta is in love. Listen to the lyrics.
They could tell by the way you deliver the songs, Keith.
Yeah, and them lyrics, they are romantic lyrics, you know.
And that's what I love about you. What you put in to the music, what you put into your songs, it comes out so well. And even for the songs that you cover, it's like it's just a different energy when you touch it. Like you give the song an entire brand new meaning. And that is what I love about you.
You know, as long as you bring that up, that song that's called Watch the Sound, we're going to get to Who Cares in America, that are the ladies' favorite too. But you see, the tune name, Watch This Sound, it was done by Buffalo Springfield original.
Yes.
And it was called For What It's Worth. But Slim did it about 50 years ago. But then, and everybody that redo the Slim make them do it the same way. Clinton Lindsay was telling me, he said, well, Kiko, when they don't sing it just like how the original singers then do it, Buffalo Springfield, I'm going to put the answer rhythm on it, answer bass line. But that, not the one, the Slim Singing with a complete different rhythm. Answer is a big rhythm, everybody, super cat, everybody. So man, put the answer on it, and it fit. And it's a beautiful guitar, and you dig up Jody Mayer, is an Italian man, my guitarist.
Yes.
And wicked. If you play that tune, you hear the sweet guitar we started. Absolutely. It's called What's That Sound?
What's That Sound? I'm talking to you people now.
Yeah.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I've got to beware. At this time it's not different. What's that sound? What's going down? It's battle and it's wrong. Everybody's right, and nobody's wrong. Young people speaking their mind. Yet so much resistance from the air. It's time to say, children, what's that sound? Everybody up, what's going down? What if you baby?
What's that sound? What's that sound that Keith called? Now, Keith, I really get what you're saying. You put a different form of energy into the song.
Infinite, yeah man, for real.
That is what will make Heath Cole stand out. Is what will make you be unique in this. It does, even if it's a cover, you have to have your own style. You have to know how to, put your own energy in it so it comes off a bit different from the rest.
From mine,
Yes.
When I do a cover, I try to sing it like the people, and of course you keep it on that level, but you have to put your own spin in it too. For instance, there's one next song that I want to tell you about, which I'm sure you played it. I heard you play it before. The song that's called "Who Cares" was done original by this guy named Jimmy Ruffin, which is David Ruffin, brother, the leader for the Temptation.
Yes. And
that song is called "Who Cares." Delroy Wilson made it 15 years ago. But I was doing the research and I said to myself, I want to fly under the radar. Because nobody touched this one here yet.
Yes.
And I said, equal is a good like this. And trust me, it worked out. Because the Who Cares is a breakup song, the man and love it to your breakup. Like I would not try to show, I said, who cares who was right or wrong?
Right.
And that tune left it right there in Ballroom Floor. Ballroom Floor came up before it.
Yes.
But the follow-up for Ballroom Floor.
It's Who Cares.
And this one, the ladies, the tune name Who Cares, everybody loved it. All of the women loved the sound and their favorite too.
Yes. Alright, so we're going to jump Who Cares, because we want to hear it. Another one of Keith Cole's cover, but he puts his all into it. Alright, the different uniqueness, and that's what I love, as I said before, about Keith Cole. So let's jump in right here. Big up everybody who is logged on right now on Facebook or listening on Reggae Song Radio. Kambooster is on, once I'm on air, you're guaranteed to be entertained. And I'm interviewing right now for the first time on Reggae Song Radio, international reggae artist Keith Cole. Gonna drop this one. It's Who Cares?
Did you tell them to cry whenever you're all alone? We know for sure they will never be longer to forget your foolish pride. Let's get back together. Who cares who's right or wrong? Right or wrong? I just know I miss you, and by your side is where I belong. Do you miss me a little bit, baby? 'Cause I'm missing you. I'm missing you.
One more time from the top. Papa Beaton says to pull it up. Who cares? That's the name of this one. It's on the Rock With Me album by Keith Cole. Big song. Big album. Big artist.
Whenever you're all alone, we know to forget your foolish pride. Let's get back together. Who cares who's right or wrong? Right
Big up the music director Medina.
just know I miss you, and by your side is where
On drum is Kurt Bennett.
do you miss me a little bit, baby?
Guitars and bubbles. Big up Zonit's Wisdom. Thank you right now. What a beautiful song.
Deep down in your heart, you miss me as I miss you. The only thing you're trying to do is make your things tougher. The only thing you're trying to do is make you walk suffer. Who cares who's right or wrong? Right or wrong? I just know I miss
Patricia said tune.
Yeah.
Big tune.
You said if you take me back, people will call you.
Rock With Me album.
Deep down,
You gotta get your copy.
if it says I miss you, the only thing you're trying to do is making things tougher. The only thing you're trying to do now is making boys suffer. So listen, who cares? Who was right or wrong? Right or
Who cares?
wrong? I just know I miss
Who is
you.
right or wrong?
And by your side, just be right there. Do you miss it? And baby, 'cause I'm missing you. I'm missing you.
Who cares? Big song, big song. I love it. I love it. Keep going. You really know how to
Once
put
in a while,
energy
pick
in
up
this song.
Tree the Hard Way, Rise Down Vineyard, Patricia Pendergrass, and keep cool, family for life.
Yes, big up. Every time. And the people on Facebook is really enjoying it. And I can just imagine those who are locked in on the radio, those who are listening for the first time, those who are hearing Rock With Me album for the first time. They get a chance to know and understand that this album is one of the best. Now, Keith Cole, how long did it take for you to, compile all your songs and everything and release them and do all that you have to do to get it out there in stores?
3 years now we're on it.
3 years.
From 2019, yeah.
Yes. From 2019, Keith Cole has been working on this album. So, brand new, just got released a couple months ago. And, still fairly new, but it is definitely a great album. Now, Keith, you said that you kind of took a break out of the music for a while.
Yeah.
But what would you say would have has molded you to never ever, stop doing music?
Well, to be honest with you, I love the music and I love the nursing too because that is the paycheck.
Yes.
But the music is my first love as far as something I have to do. I love music. I love singing. I wish I could have played something. Like I said, I don't play nothing. But you see, myself, if you sing a tune, say, I shall sing as long as I live.
Yes.
I sing as long as I live because I love it. I love performing on stage and I love to see, when you see 10,000 people really for your tune, you feel good,
Yes.
Like when I did the marathon in 2019, and it was like 7,000 people there. This year, they're going to be like closer to 10. And I'm supposed to be on the show too. I'm waiting for somebody told me yesterday.
Yes.
The Fabulous Five is going to be on the show. But I'm special guest,
Big show.
Yeah, this is going to be in August. It's the Marathon Fun Festival, and that's in East Central Islip in Long Island.
In Long Island, New York.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a big park. And like I said, when I did it, it was the Ectones. I opened for him. This time it's the big bad band and the Fabulous Five. And then get a chance to work with them man. Still call them man, they're legend. Fabulous Five, one of the longest reggae band that's still relevant right now. So big up Fabulous Five.
Big up Fab Five every time.
Yeah, peer excitement. One of the members died recently, and there was another one that died also. But the foundation Fabulous Five always have the same song.
Yes.
Big them up.
Yes, big up every time, for real.
Yeah.
Legends, definitely. No.
Yeah, but I love music. I love to do the music. And, for the youth man, then, never show, give them a reputation. You see, the youth them in their business.
Yes.
Pursue your dream. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Do your thing, fam. It's music you want to do. You choose a music alone, shall never shall that. But one thing that after you, then, when you don't sing no gun tune, sing.
Yes.
Love that. If I ain't not sing no gun tune, but I sing gun tune, then I'll play on the radio. You know, like this level is going to, you know, cause too much violence are going on, you know, in Jamaica, worldwide, America too. Just sing tune without the gun lyrics, and then you got it made.
Great advice. That was definitely something that I wanted to ask you. You understand? What advice would you have given to, you know, the younger artists right now coming up? So I'm glad you brought that up. You understand? They go for the gun tune because
yeah, you don't want the hype, and because you see the youth man then look up to the artist, and if you sing, say, feel going bigger than this one gun, and then everyone want to go and just love the gun lyrics. Right. That's a nice. It's a nice tune. You know, if I dance our tune, you can move over here. And it's
music.
The people there. I want to bring back the rubber dub style in the dance, you know. I know when I go, you will a young lady out of your dance, and you dub and you rub and you know. Right. But, you know, I mentioned that to Clinton Lindsay the other day. I know what to me. He said, keep cool. The rubber dub, these days, they call it sexual harassment. So you have to, and you know, then now dance again. You gonna dance and you ask a girl for a dance, you can look foolish kind. People are dance about it. People want man over there to dance and woman over there to dance. But not like that. No. Even if it's slow tune, they will dance slow tune together.
Yes.
But want to rubber dub, you know. Them time there the man used to say you rub off a blouse and skirt. You bring your lady come to a dance. You will see them a dance, you know. You will see a man and a woman a dance, but that fitting lady that and bring her and she rubber dub with him. But nobody got ask a girl for rubber dub with you, you look foolish. Darling, now dance, them a hype, you know. But I would have, especially when lovers rock and play. And say, man. I'm like the rubber dub come back in my dance.
They don't do much of that anymore. I was watching some videos, you know, some videos scrolling through social media. I see people up in a tree, I see the men throwing the women all over. You understand? Doing some dangerous, I don't know how they don't break their backs or their necks. Like some dangerous styles. So I guess that's what they're doing now.
But me know better, you know, you see. And so if you go in a dance, you are a man, not bother you hear the iTunes play. Or even if you hear a nice rubber dub, some dance down and some berries, then we dance, but no, you're not getting a close dance, you know, they're not rub, they're not dub with you no more. Everything is done, and I would like to see it come back in the dance hall. Live up the place again, man. Boy, a girl and dance with her, man. Woman over there saw dance and man over there saw dance. What kind of thing that?
Absolutely. You know, everybody always like, you just came on Maxine Lyons on Facebook. You got yourself every time.
Big up Maxine Lyons. They are fair to that. You know, say Patricia tune, and the volume for her. Patricia won that tune then.
Patricia won volume for her.
Yeah, but women love that too because Maxine Lyons love that tune too.
Yes.
You know, say Kambooster, DJ Kambooster love the volume for too.
Not bad. About the traffic water. Give me a minute. Getting into the details and stuff before we drop the ball on the floor. Alright. Now, Keith, a lot of people, I've had this conversation with a lot of, other people I interview, and I ask them, do you think music influences people? Like, for example, we were just talking, about the gun tune and those things. Do you actually think that somebody can listen to one of those songs, Bad Man Tune, a song that is telling you to, do something negative and actually follow and do it? Do you think it influences? I want to hear your opinion on that, because I'm getting different.
Yeah, man. Opinions. Especially the youth band them. When them hear them tune, it is a hype, because I don't think they do it anymore. But in the 80s, watch your ears. And when Supercap just come out with the books, I think at 83, 84, 85. And you have soldier, them time, the soldier, I see a policeman, then, but them change the uniform and turn soldier, my time. And me then I dance, and me see soldier man, then, I want them close one and take out and shoot up in the air, and a blank, a real gun. I'm frightened, and some Britain say, yo, Ras, easy man, legal shot that.
Wow.
So, me not believe in that. You know, even if you're there in a dance, you just tune up and you see a tune and you like it. And and you think that, no, sir, me not really, you know. Just love because the finger mean gunshot. And according to what's going on in my country, when I grew up and live, I see man them sing some tune again without the gun, without the hat, because yes, you see, you as a parent, you know, so when your kids going to do what you do. In the house, they see what mommy do and they see what daddy do. Yes. And if you cuss bad word, and you're out the road and one day can come to me and say, you don't say to your son or your daughter cuss bad word. You can't do nobody but yourself. Because the kids, that is what they hear. Same way with the gun thing. Every youth man wants a peace and so you see from the gun lyrics lie down, I think the violence would be less. You know, don't sing about no gun and don't sing about nothing bad about no woman neither. I don't want to say the word, but you don't sing about it decent. Sing decent lyrics, you know. But I sing that in the same but only no matter sing about no under woman, this under one. No. Sing nice lyrics, no gun lyrics, and you tune yourself the same way. From your up, good reading behind it.
Right.
And next thing, you know, I don't want to bore you with this. But I next thing I notice, sound clash. When man go and dance, and then course bad word now win clash. No. You know, you tell all a man about for this or the mother. No, another a tune win clash.
Exactly.
The worse when some boy, some sound man, if them are lose,
yes.
Then course bad word and think the more you course bad word, you will lose. But bad word will clash, and music will clash.
Alright.
Like decency in a dancer, you know what I mean? Bring back that.
Yes, the people, they agree with you. Malcolm says, purify, of course. Lyrics, good lyrics, win clash. You can't win clash and call me deep on bad word and stuff. No, it doesn't work like that. I agree with you.
Yourself, Malcolm. Big up all the ladies, them, you know, I can't say all the producer, them, you know. The big up McQueen, big up Patricia, and big up all of the people, you know, people like Christina and all. No, I don't know if she's in there. I think she was in there earlier on. Yes. Big up Natalie. Big up Edda Berger. Big up all of the ladies. Yes. Big up my sister, your family, your cousin. We interview me the other day. DJ Betty Love Flow, Rhythm. Yes. Big up yourself, sister.
Yes. Betty Love is listening on the radio. Betty, big up yourself.
Your family, yeah, man. I love to see women in the business because the men dominate this thing, you know, for a long time. And I love to see women in the music industry now, and they're doing well. For instance, look at you, 7 figures. Oh, you mean?
7 figures production, yes.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
And when you listen to DJ Kambooster, you are guaranteed to be entertained. Pick up yourself, my girl.
Thank you. That's the tagline, of course. You know, once I'm on
the you don't want to make that, you must follow in on the mistake. Right.
I noticed on that. On that dub plate, absolutely.
And take a come forward, see?
Yes, thank you. So
yeah, man, we're doing the dub plate on the barroom floor because they have to do that now.
Yeah, I'm getting the barroom floor dub plate. Nobody can talk to me now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, people. I really
man, definitely. I really appreciate tonight, you know. I feel like I say I'm going to watch it afterwards on the Facebook. Because, you know, I tried it, but, you know, when I put it on the Facebook, it says I'm just turn it up and just put it on the phone. That way everything come up loud and clear. Big up everybody on the live. Even if you wasn't on the live, big up all my fans there. Give thanks, DJ Kambooster, for having me on your platform.
Of course. Thank you. It is definitely my pleasure. Definitely. And everybody, Cindy, big up yourself, Evelyn, Dawn, Maxine, Martha, everybody, Rizan, everybody who is locked in on Facebook and those listening on Radio Storm Radio. We have Keith Cole right here. All right, Moshe, Jack just checked in. Better late than never because we're not done yet. So we have a lot more to talk about going right up until 9 o'clock. Eastern time. That's what
more let the place look a bit in the next 5 years time. Maybe that not every interview, but most interview. Yela Bansinaya Bashanti I stop my black my doodle isla wa amla wa dada Joe Rastafari, and I last heard.
Yes, sir. As when I say yes, so nice. Keep going. The vibes of the place.
Yes,
Love it. Love it. Love it.
yes.
Pick up yourself, Martha. Every time. Pick up yourself. Alright, now this song, sad to know that you're leaving. It's kind
Yeah. If you don't feel that one day, you must remember that one day. Yeah, that one. That one day.
it's emotional enough, but yeah, I love it.
Yeah, but it's just when we're doing a certain tune, when we hear the album,
Yes.
I pick a one tune after it and love. For instance, the Rock and Groove album, I love the quality flow.
Yes.
Even this album is called the Night Nurse album, which is a great song.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite tune from the album.
Yes.
That's why I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Let me drop it now. Everybody who's
Alright.
locked in right now.
Seems like my life begins to ruin. I bet you reporting pretty soon. But what more can I say? Yeah, sad to know that you're leaving. Even though it's hard, sad to know that you're leaving. I know that you
Jordan said, good music, of course. Rock with me album.
You can send me a postcard. Nearly home to lose a yard. You know what loneliness brings. But I'll tell you out there coming. What more can I say? Sad to know that you're leaving.
Big song. Sad to know that you're leaving. If you have not already got the Rock With Me album, this must encourage you and motivate you to want a piece of this for yourself. Big song. Keith, you just know how to put in the energy in whatever you sing and make it different. And as I said before, and I will say again, that is what makes you unique.
Give thanks, my sister. Blessed love.
Yes, absolutely, it does. Love that song. I love the entire album. It's like every time I listen, it's like I'm trying to find which one is my favorite, which one is my favorite. Yes, I know, everybody knows I love Ballroom Floor, but there's so much more to the album than Ballroom Floor. Trust me, deep mids, something is there for everyone, and that's what I love about it. Yeah, it's not just for one type of people. You understand? Something is there for everyone, so y'all need to definitely check it out. You know, Pete, I think you.
Go on, and stress on this too long. There's one more tune we name Moving Violation, which is my original also.
One of your original Moving Violation and the album.
Yeah.
Of course, let me find
And
it.
the original Wailers playing that song.
Yes.
And they also playing the one that they played before, Everybody Need Love. But Moving Violation is mine. You see me have some tune, I know, be a cover me doing and I do tune to myself.
Yes.
Moving Violation is a vibes when, you know, remember when the thing that one, you don't live in New York, but the truth of them always told is a personal experience that. Because them time there, you know, if you as a black youth, yeah, a black man, you drive a nice car, then pull you over. And they said to myself, this one is called Moving Violation. And the lyrics is like, it speaks for itself. And again, big up Family Man and the original winners and this track. Also, you played the other one already, which I just reminded people that Everybody Need Love was played by the Wailers also, of them.
Yes.
But Violation is one of the original too.
Alright. So let's drop it right here on Reggae Storm Radio. Moving Violation.
Moving violation. Every time I move, lose my concentration. Every time I do, every time I hit the freeway, there's a trooper come my way. Every time I hit the highway, all I hear is moving violation. Every time I move, I break my concentration. Every time you old time people say, haste make ways, and you know it's true. Haste make ways, so don't you ever or even say,
Move in violation. And big up yourself. Annalyn, big up yourself. Patricia said vibes up. That's how we do it every Tuesday. Right here on Reggae Song Radio.
don't you know what I got today? And you see it's getting late.
Keep calling on how to put pen to paper when you're doing it. You just see a situation and you also make it into a song.
Yes, my sister. Really tough. Give thanks and praises, DJ Kambooster, and a full joy of the evening to the max. And give thanks for showcasing the thing that the people know about Kiko and see where Kiko come from with the music. And then put a face to the music. I can't thank you enough, Queen. One love, Rastafari. Had a wonderful evening. And thank everybody on the Facebook. Thank everybody from all over the world. But I know people listen to Kambooster all over the world. Big up Massachusetts. Soon forward.
Make sure when you're coming to Boston, you let me know, because I definitely have to come to your show. I want to get the first hand in seeing you perform.
Yeah. Equal on stage, man, perform. You see, when they on stage, not trust me.
Yes.
Wild, yeah, so wild Apache. Wild Apache, but me that man dance and shake up my natty like Bob. And when me get on stage, me not see nobody, me close my eyes when me sing the tune, and then me look on the audience. And me jump and shake up my laptop. Full joy of the thing, you know.
Yes.
Guys, they not like live music, you know. I do shows once in a while, like with a thumb drive, like sync on tracks.
Yes.
But I prefer live because you see, when you're past this, it's a great feeling. When you know the musician and the there and you have to clap and the rhythm tight and everything, and the people are full joy.
Right.
Nice.
Right.
When you have your band singing with you, it's a great feeling.
Yes. And you still have your band, right?
Yeah, my band's called Island Sound, and I do travel with my band. Except, you know, sometimes if it's far, like, say, for instance, when we come to Boston, and depends on how much the show I play, the concert I play.
Right.
So we can do budget. Now, if it's not enough for paying a musician, and what I'll do, once me drop at Boston, every time I have a rhythm band.
Yes.
For instance, me now pick up, you know, but you have a band here, Code Red. Drop a Florida at this stuff, you know what I mean? So every city where you're going to get musicians that will back you up. And it's, you know, economical. It's cheaper. I wouldn't use the word cheap, but it's less money. So if you go, you will have some nice musicians in every city that you go. But I always like to play with the band when we rehearse with. Because it's some of the band, you know, we hear about them big tune in and them other days. Now this time, Kurt Denny, that played the drum and the ballroom for big enough and what's in Who cares? He's in Jamaica. But Medina, him have the crew. Anytime you hear me on stage with Medina, America, here, if I bring the band, you'll hear the same quality of sound we hear on the record.
Yes.
And that's how when you're on show,
Right.
the things are done as close as the record as possible.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right. And that's what a lot of people, including myself, enjoy when watching a live show. Because some people, their song put on the record, on the track, but when it comes on to the performance, it's so far from what you're hearing. So that's something that I love, the performance part of it.
Yes, of course. When you go a show, you want to hear as close as to the record as it sounds.
Right,
You don't hear the type mix and master in a track and thing. But when you're on stage, man, and you feel nice, you're supposed to hear the same quality and the same sound from the musician and from the artist.
Right, yes. Absolutely.
Again, I want to thank you, my sister, but I can't thank you enough. I know he's a busy woman and you take time out in your busy schedule. I am a full job this evening. It was an interview, but it became a reasoning. It comes like this down in front of me and I'm here at a reason with you.
Yes.
So it's an interview, but it ended up
like a reasoning.
reason.
That is what I like, Keith, because a lot of people, even some artists, they'll tell me that they don't really like the interview thing because, sometimes some of the interviewers will get them probably nervous because they make it too formal. But I just want everybody who's interviewing on this platform to just relax, maybe go on a reasoning. So no need to, get scared or think I'm going to ask you anything that, you don't know or anything. No, we're just holding a nice reason and they're telling me about your musical journey. That is what I love. Because when somebody was interviewing me for the first time, I was nervous. I asked that lady to give me the question she's going to ask, for 2 weeks. And she's like, no. So I know how it feels. So I try my very best. I want to big up everybody who is locked in right now on Facebook. Octavius, big up yourself every time. Patricia, my pleasure. Big up yourself, sister. Thanks so much for the support and everything. Mike Dread's just coming in. King Tub, everybody, I see you, big up on yourself. Now, one of the crowd favorites on this album, the Rock With Me album, Ballroom Floor. Before I drop it right here on Reggae Storm, Keith Cole, I want you to tell us, how did you choose this song to cover?
Like I said, in the 80s, I think 84, 85, when the Ballroom Floor come, when the Rock and Groove album came out.
Yes.
Rock and Groove. That was the name of it. And me choose the Ballroom Floor because I just love how the rhythm I drop. And I love where the man I sing about. Because the man said, you relax so tight you don't even know when it's morning. And that happened to me before too. When I'm there in Jamaica and you go dance, them under the mango tree, them string up song. When worse if you have a young lady dancing with and the dance, and I tell you, I wouldn't be a light out, you never realize that there's sunshine by you. This stuff, the sound system still at play. So you lock so tight, you don't even know when it's morning. And you see, the bunny wheel one, when I do quick it up a little bit better. I mean, I love bunny wheel one. You know, say Mikey Spice to that tune letter?
Mikey Spice?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you see, when I do it now, I do it my way. I'm kind of quick it up. I'm going to drop a thing about, who wants to me, baby? With that wasn't in there.
That wasn't in there. I noticed.
Every time you play it one time, and I'm here, you say, me a wine. Why do you you bring the dinner to that? I will forget it.
Yes, that's so true. Alright, Dennis Gibbons, big up yourself every time. Alright, the dancer, she's ready on the dance floor. Make sure you guys
everybody on the ballroom floor is step.
Yes.
You see when I sing anytime you can sing a tune and you love it like that, it's a good thing. Me personally, I love all of the tune them, of course, cover or not cover. But you see that ballroom floor there?
Yes.
So, me play it and me carry. Patricia play it too. She tell me.
Patricia play it too.
Rise and play every time you call Rise and the ballroom floor play.
Yes. It's so good to know that you do it and you enjoy it so much. You always
love that song.
Even
to be honest with you. And I love to see the people them dancing because any show they're going on, from get top the ballroom floor, pure fire you see in a chat room.
Sure. And definitely you cannot do a set, you cannot go on the stage and that is not a part of the set. You have to have ballroom floor. Come on, put a video of yourself, just locked into Facebook, Kambooster, several figures page. Pick up yourself every time.
They close the show with ballroom floor because if I put the floor that's like ballroom floor, you must get followed. Then I want you followed.
Crowd favorite. The favorite for so many people on the Rock With Me album. Ballroom floor. Let's hear it right now. Keep cool. Hold the line. Because you know when you fire them and go with them, they're making a hole. Alright? Ballroom fun. Goes like this. Patricia said to pull it up. Ballroom boy. Keep going.
No one can tell you what's wrong on the street. But what happened when you were about to get to see? Your life's so right. You don't even know when it's morning. The music's so right.
That's right.
Big tune. Martha says a big tune.
How does it feel?
It feels good.
The ballroom floor. Are you feel like you wanna rock some more? For the street people must go on.
What a sound, what a vibe, what an energy. Keep going. Rock with me. Make sure you get a copy available everywhere. Big sound. Byron, we welcome.
Dance with the Queen Rise.
Big song. Ballroom boy. Keith, it's such a pleasure to have you on the platform. And you know you're always welcome right here back with us on Kambooster Live and right here with us on Reggae Storm Radio. It was indeed my pleasure. And I want to tell you, continue doing the great work that you're doing. Continue putting in the energy and everything into what you touch. It's like whatever you touch, turn gold. And I just want to applaud you so much for that.
You know, say right now I'm blushing, you know, you make me blush. You start, yeah. You start. You know, next thing I want to tell you, Mr. String.
Yes.
You see, you make me feel comfortable as far as you interview me. I was so comfortable and I love the way your vibes. It's just, you're full of vibes, you know. Everything you do is just nice, you know.
Thank
So give and some praises, man. I really full joy. I am going to say good night to everyone and thank everybody. Jano, pick up everybody for coming in this evening and check out Kiko and Kambooster.
Yes.
Kambooster to the world.
Thank you so
Kambooster,
much.
do me a little favor.
Yes.
Last thing I don't have to do. Get a little piece I did get there here before you leave.
Absolutely.
I know you played already, you know, but
yes, but
I want to hear a little piece because you see that jingle. Every word, I mean it.
Yes.
Because when you come from Kambooster, you are guaranteed the entertainment.
Absolutely, I'm more than happy to do that. Let me play the Keith Cole jingle right now.
And don't play too far.
What up, y'all? This is Keith Cole. I represent the DJ Kambooster. I have to learn. When you're at the Kambooster, you are guaranteed to be entertained. Maximum respect, DJ Kambooster. You got it going on, girl. Run me to. How does it feel, DJ Kambooster?
It feels good.
Thank you, my sister, and God bless and one love everybody. Selassie, Rastafari.
Pleasure.
Blessed love.
Before you go, Keith Cole, I would love for you to tell the fans, because we have so many people listening on Radio Storm Radio and on Facebook. Where can they get your album? And tell them about your social media handles so that those who are not following you yet, especially those who are listening on the radio, they can start following Keith Cole.
Yes, I am on Facebook, I am on Instagram, and you can get in touch with my beautiful queen and manager for Rising New York in New Zealand,
Yes.
Patricia Pendergrass in Connecticut.
Yes.
Big up yourself,
Yes.
sister.
Yes.
You know, all leading outlet like Spotify, iTunes, and you can get it at VP.
Yes.
And also Earl Moody in the Bronx,
Yes.
and Costco.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
all leading platform. But you type in Keith Cole, you're going to see all them tune them
Yes.
and go out and support Keith Cole. Keith Cole love them and give thanks in advance. One love everybody, God bless, and thanks again, Mrs. String. It was fun. A really full job.
I'm glad you did. You're welcome
Yes.
back anytime. You have
Blessed
a
love.
wonderful night. Stay blessed, stay safe, and keep putting in the good music.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're most welcome.
God bless everyone. Rastafari live. Aye.
Have a good night. There you have it, guys. A Keith Cole. But I just want to play back a piece of the ballroom floor, because you know it's one of my favorites on the album. You're listening to Kambooster right now on Reggae Storm Radio. Also live on Kambooster Summer Video Stage on Facebook. Make sure you get the Rock With Me album. This one is called Ballroom Floor.
How does it feel? You know, the ballroom floor. Are you feel like you would have wanted some more? Well, let's keep on the ball.
Thank you. I am excited.
Yeah, I know.
Gloria Williams, big up yourself. Rise and big up yourself. Patricia. John Richards, my girl. Papa Pizza, big up yourself. Martha, big up yourself. Dominica, big up yourself. Everybody who's dancing right now. The entire UK massive. This is how we close it on another Tuesday. Next week we're gonna go over to Africa. Shasha Mali will be here with us. Well, production, not taking but of yourself. Thank you so much, Don. It's 9 p.m., so it's the end of another great Tuesday for Kambooster. 2 a.m. in the UK. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being locked into Reggae Storm Radio. You all have a wonderful night. See you next week.